you can see I'm not in front of my normal filming spot, and that's because I'm on vacation. And what a perfect time to talk about books to read on your vacation, and specifically summer vacation. And since I'm currently on my summer vacation, I thought, keep it authentic. So I have true beach waves from salt water from the ocean. I'm still actually in my bikini top, and I would have loved to go outside and film, but it is quite windy, so I thought I would just do it inside and hopefully bring some sunshine with this video, because I actually wanted to do a whole summer romance book guide, but guys, the summer in Germany has not been there, and I was just not feeling inspired. But I thought, since I packed some summer reads, I would just tell you guys about my summer TBR. I have 6 books that I brought with me for my summer vacation, or that I just in January want to read this summer, and I'm of course going to tell you why. So let's hop in the video and what books to read this summer. The first book that I have here, and that I also almost finished already because it's not my first day on holiday, is Ellen Hildebrand's The Hotel Nantucket. And Ellen Hildebrand has been an author I wanted to try out for so long, because I kept on hearing that she's always referred to the author for like summer vacations and just the summer in general. So of course I wanted to try her out, and I did a little bit of research, like where to start, because she has so many books, and there are some books that are intertwined or like a series. But The Hotel Nantucket is actually one that's widely loved, first of all, and also one that is like a true standalone in her universe. At least that's how I got it. And since I already read quite a bit of it, I can also give you a bit more about the plot. So generally we're talking about the Hotel Nantucket and all the people that are involved there, that work there. And this hotel has been reopened by this billionaire Xavier, and he wants to impress a woman that is like the luxury hotel reviewer. So when they open, everything they do is basically to impress her, and it's just so much fun to follow all these different characters. You're in all their POVs, and I usually don't love multiple POVs, but I love it in here because it feels so light overall. And I think that's why her books are considered like the perfect summer reads, because they're just fun and very light, and there are some mysteries, they're like tiny love stories. It's just a bit of everything, and especially when you're away or even like in a hotel, this feels like you're inside the book. Like, this is so much fun because of that. But I think even if you read this at home, you will feel transported to this place, and that you're inside this hotel and just part of Nantucket basically. Since these are general fiction, and I think quite a lot of people can actually read Ellen Hildebrand's books, I even got my mom one of her books because she's with me on this holiday, and since I love books so much, of course I wanted to get her one as well, and I thought it would be fun to read something that we can both enjoy. And I actually wanted to get her the same book as well, but my mom reads in German and the book isn't out yet in Germany, so I got her the 5-Star Weekend. And can I just say that her copy is so gorgeous. I mean, what is that? I first of all hate that we have this here and you can't get it off. And my mom's version is so pretty. It even has like pink sprayed edges, and it's just really pretty. That's the German copy, and I was a little bit jealous of that. But I mean, I care about the covers, but it's not really about the cover, it's what's inside. And this is surely a perfect read for the summer vacation or just the summer in general. Then speaking of perfect, the next one is as well, because it's already in the title, and that is Beach Read by Emily Henry. And this is actually the only Emily Henry book I haven't read yet, and I have heard mixed reviews actually, but a lot of people that I follow truly love this book, so I do have good hopes, and I do enjoy Emily Henry's books. I'm not obsessed with her, but her more recent books have been so great that I'm actually very excited to see how this one works out for me. And the thing is, you see this cover and the title, Beach Read, and you're like, oh, for sure, this will be an easygoing read that you take to the beach, because it is right there at the title and it looks cute. But the experience I had with Emily Henry is that there's always a side story or a plot around the characters that is actually more heavy and very emotional. So this book might as well bring me to tears, but I don't mind that. I mean, I'm at the beach, who cares? It's just salt water. I can't tell you too much about this book since I haven't read it yet, but since I read all the other Emily Henry books, I can confidently say that her books are great for the summer, because they always have a summer backdrop. And I don't know, especially if you don't want just a cheesy romance, which there's nothing bad about cheesy romances, you'll see in a second, I have them on here as well. But if you want something between like general fiction and a romance, and that have deeper emotional connections and not just, surface level, then I think this is perfect for you. And I'm glad that I actually have one other Emily Henry book that I haven't read yet for the summer holiday. The plot, as far as I know, is that these two are authors, and I don't think they know each other, but they actually swap genres. So she usually writes romance and he writes general fiction. And because they kind of have a writer's block, they think it would help if they swap genre. I also know that they both deal with their own personal stuff, like a loss or something, but that's really all I know, and I'm excited to dive into this one, and I think this will be probably my next read. My next book that I have here is not truly my perfect beach read or summer read, but it is the one that leads up to the one I want to read this summer, and that is Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. I absolutely love Abby Jimenez, although I only read part of Your World, but I have that feeling that she will become a favorite author, which is crazy to say when I only read one book by her, but I just have a feeling. And I don't know why I've never picked this one up. Like, this is a 5-star potential for me, and sometimes I wait for like the perfect time or when I really crave a good book, and I kind of know for sure that it will be a good book. But Abby Jimenez then came out with her latest book, which is One Last Summer? Something with summer. I always forget the name of that book. And I wanted to read that before this one actually, and wanted to read it for the summer. But I saw on Goodreads that it's actually part of this series. So Part of Your World is the first one, then this is the second, and the latest one, the summer book, is the third book. And I hate reading books out of order in a series, especially when I want to read them all. If I don't really care about the rest of the series, then I will go ahead and read the book that I'm interested in. But since I do want to read this, I want to read this first and then the other one to get like the full experience. So I have this one with me, and I don't have the other one yet, but I either gonna get it on my Kindle or buy it eventually for the summer, because I want to read that book this summer. And I think her books are great, solid romances. They are not overly spicy, but they're just very romantic, and they have deeper emotional connections, but they're also not sad or anything. So I think this is still perfect for summer. Also, writing is so easy and fun, so I'm very excited for this one. And a small detail, but important to me, this book is also like quite floppy, and I love that, especially when you read outside or at the beach. There's just something about a floppy book where the reading experience just gets better because of it. Something else that shouldn't be missed when you go on a vacation, and if you have it, is a Kindle, because first of all, you can pack as many books on here as you want to, and I still love having a physical book when I go and read on vacation, but I also don't want to pack too many because there is limited space, and sometimes you need to pack other things than books. I know, it's crazy. So I make sure to pack a Kindle, and also it's especially kind when you travel with someone else who doesn't read way into the night and, you know, wants to sleep, so you don't have to put the light on. You can actually just read on your Kindle and it doesn't bother the other person. That's also a very great trick. And the book that I have on here that I definitely want to read this summer is In a Jam by Kate Canterbury. And I'm gonna put the cover with like the colors and everything up here as well, but that's how it looks like on my Kindle. And the great thing about a Kindle on vacation is also when you're outside and you know, you come back from the ocean or the pool, it doesn't really matter if it gets wet. It's not like a book where you destroy pages or anything. So I feel like this is also a safe option when you're outside. Everything is sandy, wet, and, you know, just overall, just a lot of risk of getting your books destroyed. So a Kindle is also a great option. And why I want to read this book this summer is, first of all, it's on my 2024 TBR, because I wanted to read this for a while, but I don't even know if the backdrop here is especially for the summer, but I feel like it is because the cover just screams summer. And this is also a book that has the marriage of convenience trope, and you know that is one of my favorites, so of course I want to read this. And I think it's great if you have one of your favorite tropes as an option for your reads on a vacation or just like in the summertime as well, because it's great and fun, and also you want to count on the books that you bring with you, because even if you, for example, don't have the Kindle with you, just have paperbacks. They need to be good and you need to bet on them, because it might be not easy to get your new one here. So I feel it's always great to either go with authors you really like, or books that you really have great hopes with, or like books that have your favorite tropes, for example. So the risk of having a bad book with you on vacation, which is like the worst, get very, very slim. Then another book that I unfortunately actually forgot at home, but I want to read for the summer anyway, is Cross the Line by Simone Sultani, and that is an F1 romance. And again, this goes kind of along the lines that you just bring something with you that you know you love. And I am a huge F1 fan, and I actually got into Formula One because of books, and that was the Dirty Air series by Lauren Asher. So I'm very interested how I feel about another F1 romance. And also, I read the Dirty Air series 2 summers ago, I think, and it was just such a great summer read. Like, the vibe is just there. I feel like, especially with the sports romance, if the sports is more surrounded around summertime, that is just amazing to read then in summer as well. And right now I feel like we're at the the height of F1, especially in Europe. Like there are a lot of races in Europe right now, and since I live in Europe, it just, I don't know, feels more close to home. And also just the cover kind of screams summer to me, so I'm very interested for that one. I think one other thing I also quite like about F1 romances is that they travel around quite a lot because they travel for F1. And I think if you are on a vacation for the summer, then it's just great to read something about traveling as well, because at least for me it just enhances my mood and the experience. Now the last book I have here for my summer vacation or summer TBR is The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. And again, loving the title, I also love the cover. Like this just screams summer. Like when you see this, you want to read it in summer. I'm such a sucker for seasonal stuff. I wait for the perfect season to read something, and I know if I won't read this summer, I will wait for next summer. I won't read this during the winter time. And I think this is the second one for the, I don't know what the series is called, but the first one was the Unhoneymooners. And I love that book. The Unhoneymooners is an incredible read for a vacation, especially in the summer, because they're also going on a vacation and it just screams like summer, sunshine, beach, and I want these vibes on my summer vacation in my books that I read. I actually don't know too much about The Paradise Problem, but with this book, I'm just very confident in Christina Lauren to deliver a great book. I like the first one, and since I don't want to risk that a book is bad on my summer vacation, I choose authors that had great experiences with the last books. And even though not all of those books were great, none of them were horrendous to me. I think that's also very important, because I don't mind if it's a more mediocre read. I still enjoy a book even if it's a 3 or 4 star. And I think the authors of The Paradise Problem are just great at delivering a solid romance that is just very fun, lighthearted, nothing too deep or emotional, like not on the level where I cry my eyes out on the beach, because that's not the aesthetic I usually want for my summer vacations. And with that, these are my 6, or if you count yours truly, 7 books I definitely want to read this summer that I brought with me on vacation. I hope this video inspired you, maybe to even put one of these books on your summer TBR or even bring with you on your summer vacation. But again, as I said, bring anything on a summer vacation where you have just a good feeling that it will be a great book and easy read and just something you enjoy. And I also hope that you enjoyed this video, so leave a like and also a comment and subscribe for more bookish content in the future, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!